inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are we are
I don't know about this mysterious stranger. How do we know we can trust him?
Regardless of his offer, we're already headed to the city of Warkeep.
We were?
Yes, I spent the majority of the last year in that city and in disguise. The city will not have changed much, which gives us the upper hand, and I know right where that orb is. I can help with any Eastern culture issues while we are there. The samurai in that city are like gunslingers, constantly looking for a one-on-one fight.
What's a gunslinger?
I apologize. It's slang for a bygone era in a place called Boot Hill. Basically, they are attempting to gain fame from successful one-on-one duels. Yes, one-on-one duels are legal in the city of Warkeep.
Does that mean if I hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker, I'll get in trouble? But if I just hit a motherfucker, I won't?
Basically, yes. A bit more to it than that. There must be a challenge, an acceptance of that challenge, and a witness. Destroying public property is frowned upon as well.
So magic missile is preferred over fireball?
Either, as long as it only harms your victim and doesn't destroy property.
Well, I don't trust this mysterious stranger. I will have my children take a look into finding as much intel as possible.
You have children?
With the birth pains of building this guild, I consider each one of my assassins my child.
Okay, it just kind of had that Loth vibe for a moment.
So which one of us is going to touch the orb?
I'm not fucking touching it. The orbs would take me over.
It's made for any warrior profession that also possesses magic. Like paladins, anti-paladins, and rangers.
Is it just sitting there, or does someone have it?
Yes and no. It's kept in a sacred underground location just outside the keep itself. A place called Aeon Zuul, which is located directly below the temple of Tiamat. Only the most sacred of hierarchy are allowed in that place.
Guys, I just got a telepathic message from Mal. He said he and Tuffy's research uncovered that all the orbs are accessible by all the gods involved in their creation, but only when close to their centers of power. Well, fuck me. Yeah, I experienced that in Warkeep. Does that mean we have to leave the orbs behind on this mission? Then again, Tiamat told me we were allies.
The meaning of allies does not extend to every aspect of one's perception.
As long as we don't use them for divination, it shouldn't matter, right?
Wrong. If you use any power from the orb in Warkeep, she will know it, and our job is not to be seen, but to sneak in, steal the orb, and leave unseen. This city is not much different than, say, Monarch, save for the laws. But we still have to sneak in another way without using the gates. Never leave or enter the city through their main gates. Other gates inside the city are fine to pass through.
I assume it's magical protections against enemies.
Precisely.
So where should we leave the orbs? Is it safe to leave them all in one place?
I guess that depends on where you leave them. Transporting directly within the city can be dangerous and will draw attention. We will come down the northwest path called Darken Road. The place we are headed to is in an inn and a tavern called the Roost. It is the headquarters for the Phantoms, an underground resistance. Problem is, they don't remember me. So, we'll have to gain their trust. These disguises should work, but if we go out in daylight, we risk being recognized. So, we will need to do all this at night. Let's go get this orb. After breaking the curse of the mirrors, our heroes return home with mixed emotions. Recent events, a veiled reality of a mirrored Warkeep, were over. But now the real Warkeep and the Bitch of Pain appeared on the horizon still. Some of them were now beings of paradox, caught in a river of prophecy. On a side note, since Mal and Tuffy died within the Warkeep, they were able to live 15 days within the longer timeline. And when the spell was broken, they were in the nest, immune to the effects of time. So they retained 2 weeks of knowledge. But with the magical quest spells on both of them to see the return of the Elder Gods, they decided to go to the Temple of Nira and the library within to intensify their research on the orbs and the hidden ancient temples. Those temples were attached to each of the orbs. The orbs, like keys, unlocked the temples and continued the prophecy. Zira would order Havoc to deal with the orcs under her command, and she would also ask him to find the location of the orcish sisters of the House Sheeklak, those responsible for the death of her father and the turmoil and discourse within the orcish society. Myra would travel to Monarch with Gorgain and Hedda, with a royal order to free her sister Bella from the dungeons. Having returned to Lily's apartment, the party encountered the mysterious stranger. A being cloaked in secrecy. No one knew who he was. The party's last encounter with him involved a deck of many things, and Myra had drawn a card that made her the owner of a stronghold within the ethereal plane itself. a place to which she had yet looked for as issues and missions had come about. The stranger told the party that if they went to Warkeep and retrieved the orb, not for him, but to simply do it, he would allow each of them to draw from the deck of many things, one which he held that had no negative cards left in it. Having a year's worth of knowledge, Gordon knew where the orb was located. And by Gordon's request, Lord Brahm, the king's uncle, who had training and knowledge and knew Eastern customs, would be accompanying them. As our heroes sat in the den, there in Lily's apartment, Erez began to play the song that Mac had sent her, Out of Time. To her surprise, Gordon began to sing it. Much had changed in him, she thought. But this I like. Hey, welcome back. I am Hoopahu, and this is Original GM, and I am joined again with Wachi and Chikala. And we are going to continue off where we were in the second series, the second part of the module, Quest for the Dragon's Eye. Drew a blank for a moment. Which will be our 7th episode total. So yeah, we're getting along there. So let's begin, guys. When last we left you, Erez was in the room by herself, going through some sort of curse with her artifact mandolin. Happens once a year. And you're not feeling real well. It's not like that you're sick or anything like that. You just kind of feel down on yourself right now. If you would, look at yourself, it could possibly even be worse. Luckily, there's no mirrors in here, unless you want to pull one out and look.
Yeah, no. I don't know about all that.
The smell is not affecting you. It was just others. Okay. When last we left, Lily, you had 4 spell books and a couple other books out that you were going to read and try to burn some time here while everyone was waiting on Erez, which would be the following morning. Well, it's 7 o'clock in the evening now, about 7:15. It's just gotten dark in the city of Warkeep. But about 4 o'clock in the morning is when Erez stops feeling the way she is, and the curse leaves. So you guys have decided to kind of wait until at least dark, and that's what you've done. So you've had the chance to read those books. So what books were, obviously you were reading spell books to put new spells into your memory, but, and you can let me know that later, whatever you decided. But any other books that you read I need to know about?
Okay. I had the bag of books that I got from the den.
Yeah.
Demonology, which we discussed last time.
Right.
And I got everything written down from that. There's another one called Evolution of Dragon Cult.
Evolution of the Dragon Cult? Okay. You wanted to read that?
Yes. You just have that in your bag. Well, no. Remember when you guys went to the den? She specifically was looking for
Tiamat. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
So, oh goodness. By the time you finish reading this book, your mind is blown a little bit. You learn that every 300 years or so, the prophecy unfolds. And that the elder gods, or the forgotten gods, disappear. New gods come back. They disappear. And they became known as the elder gods. And it goes in a circle. So both groups of gods are considered elder gods depending on where you're at in the big cycle. Those gods have all agreed throughout history to trap powerful dragons within these orbs, these 12 orbs. And the orbs were created by the gods themselves in a process to bring about prophecy. And the dragons are part of it. Originally, the dragons were destroying the world, and the gods had to come together to stop that sort of cataclysm that was taking place. And this is thousands of years ago when that happened. Seems like it's just cycled itself. And you know that the evolution of the dragon cult for Tiamat, which is what we're talking about specifically, it doesn't mention anything about Baphomet or any of the good dragons really throughout the book. It mainly talks about the cults that spring up within these cycles. It has everything from their secret handshakes to their language, their secret language, their tongue that they use, to how many candles you light on what ritual, how to summon Tiamat with the orbs and the eggs. It does mention that summoning Baphomet is the same. It's the same process. That's about the only thing it mentions about the good dragons, is that in this process of this ritual, you don't know who's going to be born from the egg. You don't know if it's going to be Baphomet. You don't know if it's going to be Tiamat. It takes two of the orbs placed together to create an egg. Those orbs are sacrificed and they become an egg and they hatch. And whatever comes out of it is one of the two gods, either the Queen Tiamat or Baphomet. You know what that does is suddenly make the cultists, and that's why this book we're talking about this is, the cultists become more than cultists when that takes place. If Tiamat's brought to the prime material plane and she's here physically in a physical form, her cultists can then become priests and priestesses. She can offer spells to her worshippers if she's present. And vice versa with Baphomet. You assume, it doesn't say anything. The dragon's goal, the cult of the dragon, their goal is to empower Tiamat enough that she can seek out and destroy Baphomet, if he is also hatched from an egg. If she gets the jump on him, she can find the egg or find the other orbs, and so her goal will be to collect all the orbs. Her goal will be to stop any chance of Baphomet coming to life on this plane and coming to power on the prime material plane, or destroying him if he's in egg form or that sort of thing. It doesn't talk about any kind of growing up or anything. It's almost instantaneous. You realize that when the egg hatches, that's it. That it's the goddess or Baphomet himself. It's not some little tiny dragon that has to grow up.
Okay.
Her power is there
It
immediately.
actually summons them.
Yeah. So it doesn't say summon, it says it creates an avatar incarnate of the queen of dragons. Do you have a religion proficiency?
How-
Because while you're reading the book, you're coming across this.
One second. No, I don't.
Okay.
I have ancient history. I don't know if that.
No, it would take a religion proficiency for this. So there's something there, but you don't really think of it. So the whole ritual is there. It tells you how to do it. You know exactly what it looks like. You know there are 4 circles of magic that have to be placed around the orbs when they're put together. You know that the 5 elements of Tiamat, the 5 distinctions or the 5 ones of her, have to be present with their elements. You know that she is known as the one, and that the blue form or the blue head is known as the 2.
Okay.
She's known as the 1, and it's the red head. The blue head is 2. The green head is 3. The black head is 4, and the white head is 5. And that's how they talk about them. They don't use their distinct individual names. The only name that's ever mentioned in the book as far as draconic kind is Tiamat. and her name is mentioned. She has several names that they call her by, but that's the most prevalent of them. You also know that the cult of the dragon also has a goal of protecting their queen and allowing her to overcome the gods. Her goal is to, according to the cult book, and her followers are to destroy the present gods, including Baphomet, if he's here, and then allowing the elder gods to come back. Okay? I know it's a little confusing, but you're aware now that the orbs you guys have are attached directly to that prophecy, which probably attaches you directly to it, you know. And then, so any questions? I mean, there might be an opportunity where something happens and I can have you make a roll to help with that book.
Yeah, she would specifically be focusing on the cultists.
The cultists?
The cultists.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like you said, their language, secret handshakes, rituals,
Okay.
anything that might help her in the process of.
So your intelligence is high enough that you could have read that book with the remaining time
Okay.
and memorized those things, the handshakes. The secret language, I'm going to give you a proficiency check with that. If you have to speak it, it will require a proficiency check. You don't just know it.
Okay.
And it'll be under your wisdom, unfortunately, for you right now.
Right.
I believe you have an 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
55% chance that you'll know what they say or know what to say in any given situation. As far as the handshakes and all that, I'll give you that. You have that. You know what those
Okay.
are. There are 3 levels of handshakes.
Okay, I'm sorry, go back. It's a wisdom roll?
A wisdom check to speak
Okay.
their language.
Okay.
Um,
And then what about writing? Is there anything like that? Writing, reading?
Same
Register
thing.
reading,
Same thing. Yeah, it will require a check. Or accessing the book to remind yourself what it said. You can open it up and look. You know the
Right.
general area where the written words are, pronunciations and all that. Same with the ruins, because it's basically ruins. The language is a runic language, kind of like Nordic. It's or like Viking,
Yeah.
the Fathark. It's kind of like that. And it talks about each of the ruins being attached to an ancient dragon. Like their language was created through a history of draconic kind, and the spirits of those dragons supposedly reside in these ruins. So that if you're using these ruins, it's attached to some ancient dragon somewhere, the spirit of that dragon. And so you're not sure because you're not good with music, but there are songs that are inside the book that are more hymns than anything else, or chants. And you know how to pronounce the words by looking at the book, and you could try to memorize it with a wisdom check, but the music, you have no idea what it sounds like. But it has the notes, it has the sheet music in there, so
So I can.
you can
share
talk to
with
Eris or
Eris.
somebody, and find out
Okay.
what the tune actually is if you want to. And so
Cool. So cool.
about 7 o'clock, 7:15 in the evening, when the sun starts to go down. Since then, Brahm has been back, and he's told you he's rented this room over here, the one over there, right here, this room. So it's right next to your room. Erez is still over here, but everybody else is here, including Kat. She's there.
She's still there, hasn't
She's
left.
still there, yeah. There's been a little small talk between Tatalda and Gordon with Kat, and like last time you had heard some of the things she said, and Roos told you that she was actually a shapeshifter.
Right.
Well, he didn't say it, he said she was a black cat.
Yeah.
And then she did tell me, right?
I did. I told everybody.
Yeah, she did. So at about that point, at about 7:15,
Mm-hmm.
Zira and Lily, you get really dizzy. The headache is still there.
Oh,
And you get really dizzy, and you both lose an intelligence point.
What?
Nothing's happening either. So it just randomly starts happening to both of you. Do you say anything or do anything?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You're reading over there and you just kind of finish the book and you're thinking about it and you're kind of dizzy and you just kind of close the book and you're, oh. Zira, you're leaning up against the chest that's in the room right here. And you get dizzy.
Yeah, she would say something. I don't feel right.
What do you mean?
There's something wrong.
I don't feel so good either.
I feel really dizzy. There's something. Just kind of like there's something in my head. There's something not right. I still have that headache. I'm really dizzy. I don't really know how to explain in game how to explain that I lost an intelligence
Right,
point.
right.
But I just don't feel right. Something wrong.
Yeah, it still hurts too. I don't feel good at all.
Gordon's like, damn, everybody's going down. What the hell? Zira,
Yeah.
Eris, you hear in your head, suppose it's better for me to kill him and take his soul to take his soul within my blade. That way he does not die permanently. I hope no one finds out about this, but I'm sure that it will happen. And I know, or I feel that you can hear this. That's why I'm still talking. But I must kill James. I pray that this is not something that haunts me as a kingslayer for many years to come. But I must take control of the throne. I must stop what's happening. Once I take rulership, I will shortly thereafter go undercover and head to Warkeep, where I will do everything within my power to make it within their inner circle, so that I may destroy the bitch of pain. I have learned through Aeon and others that she is responsible for you not being here. It may take many months or many years, but I will get to the inner sanctum. And I will defeat her, even if that means I must, well, commit to Tiamat, which will require sacrifices that I'm not sure I'm able to do. But we will see. And then it cuts off. Gordon's over there talking to Kat. He's just kind of smiling at her. He's got his pipe out. You see, he's taking a hit off his pipe. And you smell that familiar tobacco smell in the room. He pulls up a chair and sits down at that table right there. Actually, I don't know if there's another chair in here, so yeah. He just leans up right here on the bath. So he's not even looking at you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So what are you feeling?
Disbelief. Probably not disbelief, but like probably shock.
He's like, are you okay? Do you feel like somebody's doing something to you, or you feel like, what's going on? Lily? Is somebody attacking you? Is that what's happening?
You know, I don't.
Kind of is.
Kind of, but
It's hard to explain.
it's different than what happened earlier.
It
For me,
is.
it's different.
I didn't get a telepathic message this time.
I did.
You did?
I did.
He just kind of looks at you and
Just now. But that happened right before I got the message.
so it has nothing to do with the message?
I don't know. The other one happened when I tried to respond. I didn't do anything this time.
So, if it doesn't have anything to do with that,
Maybe we're being attacked. Why would me and Lily be the only ones
what do you have in
experiencing
common?
it?
What do you have in common? Let's think about it.
The orbs. We both have orbs that are connected to us.
So does Eris.
She doesn't.
No? Eris doesn't have an orb. I'm sorry. Wait.
Now.
No.
No, we left that one with.
Yeah, so it's the two of you that have the orb, so it could be that. Gordon says it could be very well be that then.
Even though they're hidden.
Yeah, no.
They're not on.
Maybe
us.
it's because you're far away from them. I don't know.
I don't know. I left that one orb at the Temple of Ariax for
You did.
days and nothing happened. Remember?
Yeah.
So what else could it be? We don't know.
That seems the obvious answer.
It does.
But I mean, that doesn't mean we shouldn't look at other things. Roll your hear noise.
Oh goodness.
Roll your hear noise.
I made it. 15 under 25.
You hear, if you make it.
No.
Zira, and I need Eris to roll hers too. That was Zira, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Zira, you hear footsteps.
Ares did not make it.
You hear footsteps.
Coming towards us.
They're on the other side of the door, but it sounds like they go past the door.
I just heard somebody walk past the door. She would say that out loud. Like going towards
Gordon
Ares'
goes.
room?
Yeah, Gordon's. He telepathies to Eris. Eris, we just heard somebody walk past our door to your door. About that point, there's a knock on the door, Eris. Knock, knock, knock. You guys all hear it too.
Somebody just knocked on my door.
I'll go.
She'll telepathy.
Gordon's not moving.
Gordon's like,
She'll kind of.
he's telepathies. You guys remember somebody was looking to see if somebody new was here?
What do I do? I can't answer it.
Knock, knock, knock. A lot harder this time.
And I just knocked again, a lot harder, guys. Somebody help me. I haven't moved. They're gonna fucking bust in that door. Should get up.
Hello? You hear a male voice. I come by Queen's order, checking the rooms. Would you please open your door?
He comes by Queen's order, checking the rooms. Should I open it? He told me to open it.
Wait. You don't look anything like
I'll
yourself.
get up.
If
Hold
you,
on.
you might scare him. That might be good.
Hold on
That
one
might be
second. She'd say.
good. Okay.
She'll get up.
All right.
She's kind of looking down. She'll open the door. She's got boils and shit all over her. Wow, fucking. She stinks.
looks horrifying. There's a man in a duster like cloak, black leather with a black hat, like a cowboy looking hat. He's got a mustache that kind of goes out like this. It doesn't do the squigglies, but it comes out long, kind of like Dr. Levitt's. He's got a little soul patch right here.
Oh, my heart is beating so fast.
You can see a bandolier of daggers wrapped around his chest going both directions underneath his cloak. And what looks like the hilt of a scimitar that's on each hip that's sticking out, kind of like here when you open the door.
Okay.
And his hat is low like this, and that's all you see. He doesn't look up yet. He goes, and then you see him slowly look up at you. And give me a second. He startles backwards. Pardon me. Thank you. And he turns and walks away.
She'll shut the door and
Okay.
she'll telepathy them. He just left.
You hear him
I
walk
scared
past
him.
your door, kind of rapidly. And then you hear going downstairs.
Nice.
You guys, I scared him. He might come back.
Good. We'll
Gordon's-
start putting all of her shit away.
All right, Gordon's like, I don't think so. I don't think he would think you are a spy or from somewhere else by the way that you look.
She'll lock the door.
Okay. All right.
I thought I was gonna have to answer questions.
Each left these to Brom, and Brom's like, yeah, that was the guy. He was looking. I know that the bartender showed him a log that said that all these rooms have been filled for a while, for a few days.
The cowboy comes in all serious, trying to be the boss of it, and looks up at her and like stumbles back and jumps. It's funny.
He had little glasses on, little round glasses that were tinted, like grayish colored. Yeah.
Nice.
Well
Yeah.
done.
We're gonna have to be so much more careful than we've ever been before, you guys.
Once this is over, telepathy, everybody. Once this is Lily. Once this is over, I'm gonna need a clean cantrip.
I got you, boo.
Just kidding.
Goodness.
So,
What time is it?
So right now it's about 7:30 or
Still.
7:40. It's almost 8 o'clock, in close to 8 o'clock probably. Tatalda says, are we going to stay here all night until Ares is well, or should we try to venture out in pairs perhaps and take a look at the city and see if there's a way to get in to the War Keep area? Or what best ways to get in there with the ropes? I'm concerned because I know that groups of these individuals probably know one another, or at the very least can communicate somehow that we are unaware of. I would not think that our disguises would hide us if we were in a conversation with any of them or in close proximity.
right, not having the right information.
Yes.
So, I just finished a book. I've been
Holy shit, Lily's sharing something! Oh my god!
She remembered!
She remembered!
Yeah, I'm trying to spend the last 10 hours memorizing most of what's in here, but it's specifically about the cultists. I don't know why I can't say that word right. Cultists.
Cultist.
Cultist. Their language, their rituals, their secret handshakes.
Gordon kind of turns and looks over at you.
Can I see it?
There's like this whole history in there. Yeah.
Can I?
You
May
can,
I?
but I need it back.
For sure. You can have it back.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I read it?
Zazira?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd take you
24 intelligence now instead of 25.
it'd take you, an hour or so probably to read it.
Memorize the languages and all that.
Do you have any language slot open?
I have 17 language
Yeah,
slots
yeah,
open.
you can fill it.
Cool.
You didn't, right?
What?
Have a language slot open?
Actually, she does have a couple.
Bless me.
And she also has some open on weapons for that reason.
Okay, I didn't know you had an open language slot. I could have swore you had filled all those, so my apologies. If you want to, you could add the cultist language to one of your language slots, or you could keep it at the wisdom.
Oh, very much.
Okay.
Just like the the demon.
So it's the tongue of the Tiamat cultists. The tongue of so let's I didn't think about what to call it. It's called forked speech. That's what we'll call it. Forked, you have to be very careful saying that.
Right.
Fucked speech and forked speech are two different things. But both of them can, be said, my God,
So then, since I have the slot, does that also include written? And
It does. If you have the slot open, you could definitely do it. And Zira, you as well. It takes you an hour to read it. I just need your intelligence check, Zira. She's already got hers, but I need yours. You got yours yesterday, like we did yours yesterday. I think.
Right.
Yeah. 7.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can learn it.
Yeah, she still had 2 slots open actually, so now she'll have 1.
Okay. Do you already speak any draconic tongues?
No, none. She got devilology, she got devil tongue from the devilology book, and then demon tongue
Yeah.
from the other book.
So infernal and abyssal, you speak both of those.
Okay, nice.
You said it takes me about an hour to read that?
Yeah.
Infernal would be the devil tongue.
Yeah.
What she's done,
Abyssal.
Yeah.
if anybody else wants to read it before we do anything.
So you're aware of it too now. You're completely aware of how to do it.
Beautiful.
You could do the ritual now. Both of you.
There's not very many people she would hand that book to. Zero would be one of the only people that she would hand that book to, because she's known her whole life. Like, soft spot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, almighty and powerful DM.
I'm just a neutral rock,
Mhm.
helping you tell the story.
Love it.
Alright.
Fucking beautiful. See, I knew those books were gonna pay off, man.
You guys paid a lot of money for those books.
We did.
A lot of money.
We did.
23 million? Gold?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just from the bag that she took separate from the actual library that you're referring to that we built.
Right.
See, this is her little bag. Little bag of books.
So
Anyway. Those books.
Gordon says, there's not a lot of talk that's going on in the room. And it's kind of odd because Kat's been in here the whole time just kind of looking at you guys and watching you guys. And every once in a while, Gordon will feel like he needs to say something to her so she doesn't feel uncomfortable. Probably you two and you two,
Yeah.
Zero,
Zero. Talk to her too, just kind of small talk,
Yeah.
whatever.
But Gordon will telepathy to you guys and say, so we should break up in 2s, but leave 2 people here, one in each of these rooms. Of course, Ares will be in the other room, but we should leave somebody here in this room. Which means that Kat would be left with them unless she came with us.
It's only supposed to be 2 of us at a time, right?
Yeah,
That's how it works.
unless we break off in you know, 2 pairs, but maybe that's the best way to do it.
So, a couple of other things that I did with all my reading and studying that I was just doing.
Mm-hmm.
With the added information that we have from that book, possibly a polymorph spell. We're going in groups of 2.
Okay.
It might be a more powerful way to hide rather than just
Walk around.
yeah.
My concern with that is that you would be a rat that, if detect magic is used, you would glow.
Right.
I assumed that the guards would probably pick up on something like that.
Right.
No, you know, a druid or something else might be able to do it. Just a polymorph, I don't know. That might draw more attention than you just walking out.
Well, it
Excuse
doesn't
me.
have to be an animal. Polymorph, you can do any creature. Like you could change into a human, a dwarf,
Yeah, you could.
you know,
Of course.
any type of anything. And then another thing that I wanted to mention besides that is I found the spell called Shadow Cat.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
Your telepathy in this, right?
Yeah. You can, I can summon this at any time.
It's on the bottom.
The Shadow Cat, and they're like virtually undetectable. I can send it so far out away from me. And so maybe we can do some reconnaissance that way
That might be a good idea.
as well with at the actual, you know, keeping temple and all that stuff.
Gordon will tell you guys that that's not uncommon. That guy is probably a watcher, and they do this in all the inns. They go around checking to see if people are in them.
It's just a thing that they do.
Yeah, it's a
so
thing
it's
they
not
do.
like a weird thing. Like it's not like they know we might be here.
No, I don't think that they know we're here
Okay, well that's good. I was a little worried.
or who we are.
I'd like to know why this keeps happening to me and Lily though. Like, what if it happens again
Yeah,
and again?
we need to figure out what's going on with that.
Sucks that we can't deviate.
Jatalva says, "Oh well, that's not completely accurate.
No.
I could speak to a lower plane and ask a question or two. My dagger allows me to do so."
Really?
Yes. But that is telling someone in the lower planes of our business, depending on what the question is, and perhaps of our location. Of course, I am not a detective, but
Yeah, but Mammon is, and this is through telepathy. She says she doesn't say his name out loud. This is through telepathy. Just, he is connected to the sisters and to the bitch. So if you were to reach out to him and just so happen to
yes,
connect
just
to
so
him,
happen to connect to a quasit or something, or an imp, or some sort of larvae that's attached to them, yes, could not be good for us. So perhaps we are without divination.
So the Shadow Cat, I can read it for an hour and a half at a time.
Okay. And you can send it out and see
I
and
can.
hear and all of that.
I know you don't want me to read the specifics.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'll ask you if, so it's virtually undetectable
Yeah.
if it's in the shadow. If it's in light, though.
It says the only way that it can be detected is if it's like really bright light or magical light.
Right.
The caster has complete telepathic control, can see, hear, and even speak through it, as long as it remains within range. That's the only thing.
Okay, now what's the range?
10 yards a level,
Okay.
so 170.
170 yards. So, yeah.
You need to look at the map and see.
Yeah. $510 feet. So it could. It could make it, at the gate here at the Warkeep where you're at, and past. Like it can make it almost to Aeon Zuul. Not quite to Aeon Zuul, but it can make it to the Warkeep and those gates there in that area. Let me pull the map up real quick and see what you can do. It's your choice whether you want to cast the spell or not. Let me know if you cast it, but just for your information, the distance of that spell, I'll pull up the map here. The distance of that spell, let's just say, okay, so right here is where you're at, right?
Okay.
500 feet is look down to the bottom right in the ocean. That's 500 feet.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
your cat, that spell could go just about anywhere in the city.
Perfect.
So, Gordon thinks that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as this goes right here, we want the cat to find a way in here, the best way in here through these areas. It looks like this doesn't have a gate here, of course, but this does up in the north. So right here, there's no gate.
Okay.
And, down in the southern area, right here, at that gate, it's closed and guarded. This gate right here is closed, but it doesn't seem to be overly guarded. There is a patrol that runs from that gate there to this gate here, back and forth, and around the keep all the way down to the gate down in the south down there. So they kind of go from a triangle right there.
And then the wyverns as well.
And then you have the wyverns at the top of every tower, and then the guards that are all around here. These guards that patrol here, there's beholders with them. I'm going to zoom in here.
That's right.
So,
All right.
that's what they say. So yeah, what do you want to do?
I think that's our best option. So far. Yeah, that's what you want to do. And then I can just relay what I'm seeing back as I can.
You get a telepathic message, Lily, from Myra? I think fucking Gordon's lost his goddamn mind. He's talking about doing things that are not good. He's talking about taking over and being king, which I would only assume has something to do with him killing James or something of that manner. I'm worried, Lily. Please, if you can message me. Let me know what's going on. And then it ends. Gordon's sitting like in the room with you now, and you're just sitting there, and you still dizzy, you still have a headache, you too.
So I just got another message from my
Gordon looks up at you.
You okay?
I don't feel good. Like I'm trying, I'm still really dizzy and I feel weak. I'm just not at the top of my game.
I know you wear rings that sustain sleep, like you don't need sleep. But maybe that's what you need. Maybe you're just tired or something.
You know what? Before we left, didn't Gorgain say that he was feeling tired?
He did.
And he wears one of those rings too, doesn't he?
He does. Maybe those rings are affecting you somehow. They were made by Aeon to sustain, so you don't have to sleep. So how long have you had those on? How long, the ring of sustenance that I got without needing food and water, I took off a while ago. Gordon says.
Probably a year?
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit more than a year.
You haven't slept in a year? Either one of you?
No.
Talda says, neither have I, and it's not affecting me. He kind of looks over at her. She says that out loud, by the way.
Yeah.
You see Kat kind of look at her and look at you guys. She's like, oh, you guys are talking in your brains. You're using telepathy. I know what that is.
Do you think we were just crazy quiet?
I knew something was wrong. You either a bunch of weirdos or...
I'm sorry.
That's all good. I know you're mysterious. There's things going on. Shit, you the rulers of Beacon. I'm just hanging out looking at you guys. You guys are amazing. You know how famous you are? You're the heroes of the North. Everybody knows about you guys.
Can you tell it's us by looking at us?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen you before. I just know about you. I wouldn't know it was you. Randall didn't tell me.
Just checking. You never know.
So are we waiting until this chick feels better next door? I mean, your friend, Eris, is that her name? Right? Yeah. I don't mean to be rude. I'm excited. I want to do stuff. I don't want to sit here. It's been sitting here for hours.
Yeah. Aren't you hungry or tired?
No. Maybe a little stiff and tired. Maybe I should do some jumping jacks. She stands up, starts doing jumping jacks. Come on, try it. It's good for you. Get your blood pumping.
Oh, that's so good.
Gordon said, he's like, so, you gonna use that cat?
Yeah.
Not this cat. The other cat. You should take a look around.
That should intrigue her, huh?
Yeah, it might.
Let's do that.
If you let her see it, for sure.
Yeah. So Lily will pull some spell components out of her bag
Okay.
and begin casting Shadow Cat.
All right. You start to weave the spell. What school is it?
Illusion.
Okay. You see nothing, Zira?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens. Everybody else in the room sees this cat appear.
She's gonna be like, so are you gonna do it?
Gordon looks at you. She did it. It's right there.
It's an illusion.
You see cat go, whoa. Hi, kitty. And then she looks at it and you see her kind of narrow eyes for a second.
It's just magic.
She nods. Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Different than that magic. And she looks over at Ruth.
Yes.
That's you. That's just an extension of you.
Yes.
Yeah. She smiles. I knew it. Cat just sits there, just staring at her as she talks like you are. Not acting like a cat at all.
Right. Goodness.
So, this cat will have the same armor class as you will.
Okay.
Its movement is 13. You can't take it into bright light. It could screw it up. It can't attack. It has half your hit points. It can move up to 500 feet away. And so, you know, with that map, you know, it can go past Aeon Zuul. So she can scout, or you can scout this whole area out with that spell. What's the duration of the spell?
1 turn per level, so it works out to be 100 minutes.
All right. Plenty of time. Hour and 40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, plenty of time. So it's standing in the room. You can see and hear, you know, you can concentrate on it.
So, well, I'll connect with it telepathically and...
There's a window in your room that you could open to let it out if there's a way down. Otherwise, you're going to have to figure out how to get it out of the bar.
The doors.
Yeah, how to go down the stairs. I mean, it could try to sneak, you know, or whatever. I mean, I just need to know what you do.
Okay. So I'm going to sit down somewhere, make myself comfortable,
Okay.
and then focus into the cat's eyes, ears. And
Okay. So first thing you notice, so does it have cat-like senses? That's the question. I'm not sure about that spell. I think it's just the form of a cat and it has your senses. I don't think it has any special vision or anything like that.
I don't think
So
It doesn't
so
say
it's just an extension of you. So you connect with it, but you see and hear just like you do, smell just like you do.
Nice. So I'll tell him, okay, I'm in the cat. You want to open the window and let me look? Or...
Gordon goes over behind the bed and looks and sees that the window will open and he'll open up the window.
Okay. I'll go and jump up on the seal.
Okay. It could easily jump down from here without getting hurt. No problem.
You do that?
All right. You are currently way over here.
No.
You jump down right here. Okay.
Okay.
And start going this way.
Head south. I will telepathy to everybody in the room, or I'll say out loud to everybody in the room. Somebody should start writing down what I start telling you guys, because I can't write and look through the cat's eyes at the same time.
So the cat. No problem. Gordon says we'll get somebody on that. Yeah. So the cat can come from where you're at into this gate region here, over to here, and to that gate right there.
With no encounters.
With no encounters and no people, not seeing anything. This building right here has light and is a business. It's not on this particular map. I could pop the other map up if you want, but the cat's probably going to go this way, I would guess. Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really mess with it. This building down here also has lights coming off of it.
Yeah, I'll stay like close to the
Down there.
walls and the shadows.
Yeah, so it makes it to this, inside this gate right here. You can see, I'll zoom in for you here. it can make it into that gate. So up on top are the wyverns, but they don't seem to really pay attention to the cat. They don't look in the cat's direction or anything like that. The cat will see movement over here in this area. Looks like there's shadows coming towards it of people or something walking. So it has a choice. It can, stay there or go south down this way to try to go around, or go up north to try to go around. What do you want to do? Or stay where you're at?
Just be still and hide until I pass.
Okay. So you see the shadows become more apparent and more prominent as they get closer.
There's two houses that are together.
Yeah.
Can I go in between them? Like south on the map?
Yeah,
Do you see what I mean?
I do. You talking about right here? Or
No, but that works.
right here?
Nope, that works too. That first one, that works.
Okay. All right.
So I'll just stand there and hide, and I'll actually look at them because I want to get a good look at what they look like.
No problem. So let me get your token out here real quick, okay? All right, I'm gonna make you just a little bigger so you can see where you're at, if that's all right with you.
Oh, he's so cute. Because I'm blind.
Yeah. Okay, so the cat kind of comes and hides over here under this tree. So this patrol that you see, I'm going to zoom in on it so you get a good idea what it looks like. There are 5 plate-mailed individuals, all wearing different colors that represent the heads of Tiamat. It's very obvious when you see them. They're wearing half cloaks on some of them. Some have full cloaks. Different kinds of weapons, various different kinds of weapons. They're not holding the same weapons. Then there's what you know is the one's hooded, and he, she, it, whatever it is approximately 12 to 13 feet tall, walking kind of in the middle of them, beside them, looking around, and you just see the hood. You can't really see inside to see what it looks like. And it's almost like the blackness that's inside the hood, being a magic user, it's almost like it's magical inside there. It's almost like it's not, there's no face in there. It's really strange to you. And they patrol past you. They go right past you.
I start describing them
Okay.
to everybody in the room.
They go all the way to,
And I will change back to telepathy, sorry.
okay, they go all the way to this gate right here. And kind of stand there and look around a little bit, and then they turn and they start coming back this way again. Now, you're in the form of a cat, but over in that direction right there, up against the wall, you can see more of them. And they seem to be patrolling the walls, but also looking out into this portion of where you're at and where these guards are going past. Like they've got their eyes there. From where you're at, you can also see that the wyverns are scanning too, but none of them seem to be looking at you or notice you?
I probably should have taken off when they were going that way.
Do you want to wait and see how long it takes the patrol to come back?
I do.
Okay. All right, so you wait. They kind of go out of sight, and you're just sitting there.
You're going towards the gate still.
Yeah, they're going up towards the gate. You can see the walls of Warkeep, and it looks so different than before in the grayscale. But you think about it, and you know that you know what the inside of that place looks like from where you're at, and you realize this area up here was a temple of some sort to Tiamat, some kind of fainter temple that was inside of that structure right there.
Yeah. That was where the lock spell opened.
Yeah, that's where the construct of Tiamat was. But you also remember that a tunnel went out of that and went underground right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went this way. Right?
It did.
And so you know that the distance of that, where it would end with where you went, because you went a long way, if you remember.
I do. And we had to be outside of the walls of the keep before we met up with the Terrathron, right?
Right. And it would probably be right about, goodness, right around in here, where that tunnel was located, where the cavern was located with whatever that the yellow lotus elemental was. And then you know that the cavern bit then went this way. The exit went in that direction. But you guys never did go down that exit, so you don't know where it would come out. But it could be anything over in there. So it could be, you would think that it didn't go down, it was straight, so you would think that it probably would end, just from remembering what you did. Probably wouldn't go any farther than right here where these trees are located on the other side of the wall. So there's got to be an entrance somewhere there that could go into Warkeep. You don't know if that would take you to Aeon Zuul or not. I'm just giving that information because you were there.
Yeah.
In that area.
So I'll remind everybody of that as I'm sitting here watching the guards realizing all of it.
So the guards go out of your sight. You don't see them anymore.
So they already went by and
No, they
came back?
they haven't come back yet.
Ah, okay.
And I assume are you timing? Kind of
Yes.
get an idea because you told them they're going back.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back where you're at, Lily, you can still see what's going on around you. You can go back and forth, spell. You see Gordon just kind of tapping his foot like he's counting.
Nice.
And you wait.
Yeah. Keep looking around. This is what we're doing.
You wait 5 minutes, and you start to see their shadows again. They start coming back.
Tell everybody.
So it's about 5 minutes in between on that patrol. That particular patrol, when it gets up next to you, you tell them that because they start coming. And then as they get closer, you realize either this is not the same troop, or this beholder joined them somewhere along the way. He's floating in the air in front of them with his eyes doing this.
Tell everybody.
Gordon tells you not to move.
Yeah, I'm completely still.
Act like a cat. Don't act like a person.
So the patrol gets right up next to you as they're turning to go, and the beholder stops and looks in your direction. You see most of the eyes come forward, and you think it's looking right at you, and you see it just floating there, and its eyes are just pointing at you. What do you do?
Try and imitate Bruce.
Okay, so you like move, you act like a cat.
Yeah, act like a cat and turn my back to him.
You see the guards kind of stop and look back when the beholder does that.
And start to walk over towards the house.
Okay, let's see.
Under the coverage of the trees.
Okay, so you're gonna try to like move away from him, just go this way.
Yeah.
Do you run or do you?
No.
Okay.
No. She'll try and walk like I said, like she's seen Bruce.
Okay.
do.
He's rolling dice.
He is.
The beholder chases you. He comes after you,
Good.
and you see the guards just stay back where they were at, and it comes right up to you. Do you try to run or escape or?
I telepathied everybody. This beholder's after me now.
It's just a spell, Lily. It's
Yeah.
just a spell. Act like a cat. If it sees you, act like a cat.
She just keeps acting like
So
a
you
cat.
stop and do you hiss or do you
Yeah,
you hiss
stop
at it?
and meow at it.
Okay, it just kind of looks at you and floats kind of around you. One of its eyes points and stays at you, and then its body turns to leave, and the eye shoots out this beam that hits your spell and doesn't do anything to it. And it just keeps going. It was just this jet black beam that came out of the eye and hits the shadow cat. And actually, no, I need a saving throw. It gets the same save as you, right?
It does.
You need a saving throw versus death.
He just killed a fucking cat. That's so rude.
I forgot that, yeah, it can take damage. It can
Is that
get
under
hurt.
spells?
Um,
So sorry.
no, paralyzation, poison, death magic.
Thank you.
Death magic, the first one.
No.
You didn't make it?
Missed it by 2.
What'd you say?
Your spell breaks.
Rolled a 5.
Damn. Your spell breaks. And you're sitting on the bed. And you realize it just did something to it, like it death spelled it and then left. It didn't care. It wasn't like it thought it was a spying or anything like that. It just was killing to kill, you think, and it was leaving, so.
That's how everybody
Okay.
died. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't think that it was aware that it
That's
was a
good.
spell.
That's good.
Probably does that with any type of creature. I don't know. I think it believed I was a cat though. I think I pulled it off.
Okay. Well, we got a little information. We know to get into that area, there's a 5-minute patrol, right?
There is.
And the only thing we'd have to watch out for would be the wyverns and the guards on the walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Lily, good job. At least we got that much knowledge.
I wish it would have lasted for longer.
Yeah, I would like to see more of that. So what all, they have you describe in detail
I will.
what you saw.
And everything.
Okay.
Goodness.
Well, what now?
Right?
Well, now we have a little more knowledge.
Goodness.
So
What time is it?
let's see.
I read a book.
It's about
We did all that.
9 o'clock in the evening, I'd say. Something like that.
So, because that's such a high level spell,
Yeah.
I can't cast another one
Damn.
for another 24 hours.
Damn.
I could burn it out of the book, but then that means I wouldn't be able to memorize it again until we go back home.
Okay.
Right? But, like I said, I do have like the polymorph other spells and stuff like that, so maybe some other type of disguise. We could go in pairs.
2 at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know our disguises are good, but
So this gate right here is open. It's not closed. That's where the cat went through, and that gate's open. It's not. And there are other gates on the other sides too. They're just not showing up. They're closed though. They're all closed. Yeah. It's very difficult. I had to divide the map up into 4 resolution. So kind of difficult. But it's working pretty good. Good for combat. So you guys right now are still in the rooms. Shadows Rest.
there's 2. So I can do 2 polymorph other spells.
Okay.
So I could do 2 of you guys.
Gordon would say it can't be me. I can't do it. Dog says I would be happy to go.
I know you would.
Or the two of you could go, or she looks at Zira and Lily.
Yeah,
2 of you
go.
could go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you say why not?
So we know that gate.
Right.
We don't really even know what Aeon Zuul looks like or anything like that.
Nothing.
So, Zira,
Yes.
Lily, you start to get vertigo really, really bad. And
Vertigo,
like vertigo, like bed spins kind of, and with the dizziness and the headache, and you lose a dexterity point.
what the fuck? If I have a magic item that changes my dexterity, does it come off my base score and the top of off of my magic item? How does that work?
So, if the magic item is created for that purpose, like Gauntlets of Ogre Power,
Yeah.
or something like that, or
It's,
Gauntlets of Dexterity, or whatever it
That's
might
what
be.
they are. They're gauntlets of dexterity.
So it keeps it at whatever the Gauntlets of Dexterity tells you it is,
Okay, but it goes off my bottom
which is
score.
19, I believe, right?
Yeah.
But it'll go off your bottom score. So you're unaffected with those gauntlets.
Am I aware that anything happened though? Like, would I be
Yeah.
aware if like I didn't have the
No,
gauntlets
you still
on?
have kind of vertigo, and you can still kind of hold yourself. You're all right, but so your dexterity you won't have any negatives on your armor class or anything. No adjustment negatives, but yeah, the magic's keeping you okay. Currently,
What the fuck is going on? She would say that out loud. What
what's
the
the matter?
fuck is
Gordon
going
says, "What's the
on?
matter?"
Got vertigo really bad. My fucking dexterity's off. I feel like I'm being attacked. First it was my mind, and now I feel like my body, like there's something wrong.
Do you feel the same way, Lily?
Do. Like,
I wonder if it's because we're getting closer to the war key. I don't know. I know it sounds weird, but right?
So if it keeps going like this, we're not going to be able to
Go.
do anything.
There's no way. What if something happens to us while we're out there?
Sounds like we need to figure this out before we do anything.
Yeah, it does.
Because we can't leave you here not knowing, and we can't let you go like that.
I don't even know if I could stand up.
So nothing happens to Eris at all? No.
Nothing has happened to her
Okay.
at all. No.
So it's just,
No.
I'm just trying to think like as a player what.
It's only you two that it's happened to.
The orbs, it's gotta be the orbs. So, you never used the mirror choices. That was Eris, correct?
Yes.
Yes. There is.
It was Eris. But I was affected by it for sure. I have two separate memories from the choice she made from going through that door.
But it wasn't you, it was Eris.
Yeah, it was Eris.
So it probably isn't that.
That's not that system. The orbs is what we have in common. Even though we don't have them, we're not using them. God, I miss Tuffy.
Sucks not having a priest around, doesn't
It does.
it? Fend for ourselves. I can try to mix up some things to maybe help you with how you're feeling, but that doesn't solve what's going on. I think we need to figure that out. It's starting to get pretty bad, it looks like. It might not get any better, so maybe maybe we should ask a question. I know that seems like a gamble, but I don't know.
Do we all have non-detection?
Of course.
Except for Cat, probably.
Can ask her if she does.
Zero would should look at her and be like, do you have non-detection?
What's that?
Where you can't be scribed on.
Oh yeah, no, nobody can scry on me. My papa did that. Told me that.
Good papa.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, somebody do something. I don't know. This is happening rather quickly. How long? It's been what, an hour? Something like that? Or two maybe?
Roughly.
Since our last time I said
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
So, Tatalda, is it yes or no questions or just questions in general?
It's yes or no questions. I could attempt to ask a specific denizen of the lower planes, perhaps, if I've never tried that, but
If you know their name.
yes,
Work
something
like-
of that nature. I know you know a lot about them.
I do.
Maybe you could give me a name that would not be a direct enemy or something of that nature. I mean, maybe something a little lesser, perhaps something with no name, but or no serious name. That is.
At lower levels, that's really common in the house. It's one of the reasons they're difficult.
So I can tell if it's telling the truth or not. The answer. And it sometimes is not telling the truth. So I must word questions in the manner of thinking in that fashion. You do understand it's risky to do this. Gordon's like, well, we could also use our intellect, our own intellects, and try to figure out what's going on. So, let's start with the number one thing. It's you two and no one else. So, it's something that you two have in common. The orb seemed the most obvious choice.
Right.
But why now? Because you're separate from them? You've been separate from them before and it didn't do that.
Right.
So it's not that. Is it because we're in Warkeep? Or is it something else altogether? What have you two come in contact together with that could have affected you or could have... Have you ever been, the two of you, did you go anywhere or be anywhere that no one else was? Or did you meet someone that no one else met? Eat something?
The last time I ate was at my parents' right before we left.
I
Isidore
don't
wasn't
think-
with me.
Yeah, and we didn't go anywhere together when we were in Beacon.
No.
We all went our separate ways and took care of stuff.
So maybe it was before Beacon.
So
Maybe it was in the mirror. Is there something that happened in the mirror to the two of you that didn't happen to anyone else?
We got taken by the Terrathron, or the Terrathrane.
Gorgain and Mal.
Gorgain and Mal got taken too. The four of us.
Gorgain wasn't feeling well, was he?
It wasn't.
Mm-mm.
Did something happen when they took you?
They knocked us out.
They knocked us out, took all of our stuff. We woke up in a cell with nothing.
They could have done a number of things. We need to know more about these Terrathron.
I can't believe that we came back from all of that and we did not have Alexandria check us out.
Yes, probably should have done that.
What the hell is wrong with us that we forgot to do that?
You both start to feel incredibly sleepy and you feel yourself kind of slip a little bit and you both lose a strength point. You feel really sleepy and dizzy and you have vertigo and you got a headache. You're not feeling good at all and you feel like you're falling asleep kind of as you're talking. At this point, Gordon would tell Eras what's going on. Lily and Zira are not doing well. There's
What's wrong
something
with them?
affecting them. We think it's from the Terrathron. We don't know. That's what we've come to when they were imprisoned. They think something happened to him because Gorgain, and he explained to you because Gorgain didn't feel well either. So yeah, you guys lost a strength point. If you're wearing girdles or gauntlets, it doesn't affect it, but it's underneath it.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of scribbles on my board.
I just put mine down here on my notebook.
So you've lost a wisdom, an intelligence, dexterity, and now a strength.
Yeah.
And you guys literally are fighting to stay awake. So every round, every other round, you're going to be fighting to stay awake.
Goodness.
So,
What kind of roll is that?
so I'm gonna make it a strength check. It might be Constitution too, but not yet. So it's gonna be a strength check. I want you guys to just kind of get your strength and hold yourselves up. You're trying to fight it, so make a strength check, both of you. Every other round. You didn't make it?
16 on a 16.
But you made it then.
I made it?
Yeah. Okay. You almost fall asleep, Zira, and Gordon's like, hey, wake up. Are you okay? Wake up. Wake up.
I'm really tired. I don't feel right. What the fuck? What did they do to us?
Curse? Some type of curse?
She's gonna pull out, she's gonna reach in her bag of holding
Okay.
and pull out a cure disease scroll
Okay.
and cast it on herself.
Okay. This is Zira.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna try something. Hold on.
Okay.
She'll pull out a cure disease scroll, cast it on herself.
Scroll.
She has 2.
Ruins glow as you read through it, and it burns in 2 segments, and you feel the spell go off on you. No effect. It doesn't change anything.
Damn it. Well, that's not it.
Maybe it's a curse?
That was a cure disease. It didn't do anything. I have 1 remove curse that I could try.
Kat walks up to you guys. She stands up, walks over. She's like, you guys okay? What's going on?
Being drained?
What?
Best way we can, we're trying to figure out what. I don't know. It's only happening to Zira and I. Like, I don't feel good.
Gordon says, have you heard of the Terrathron or the Terrathrane? Is that what they're called?
Terrathron, we're going to dealt with.
The Terrathron are from the ethereal, the Terrathrane from the prime.
Have you heard of them? And she kind of looks at him. She's like, no. But if you tell me more about them, I might be able to help you.
Start telling her about them, what
Okay.
they look like, and
All right, we
From
live
the
on the
ethereal
ethereal plane.
yeah,
And all
you
the
know,
things they
cast
do.
magic, make some crazy as hell.
Go ahead and make another strength check to stay awake as you're telling her. What'd you get? 17. You fall asleep.
I'm so damn lying. Is that a 13 or 15?
It's a 15.
Yes.
You're okay?
I fell asleep.
Okay. You're both okay. Or no, you fall asleep and you're okay. Gordon tries to wake you and you're not waking up. Kat kind of looks at you guys and she's like, oh, where did you encounter them? What?
Inside of a spell. It's a little hard to explain. We got caught in a spell of this heat, but in an
Roll
alternate-
another strength check as you're in the
alternate
mid sentence. Roll a strength check in mid sentence.
Yes.
Okay. You slur your words a little bit, but you're like, acknowledge that dimension. You gotta shake your head to stay awake. You're like really sleepy and dizzy, and you're
Both of my characters are down right now. God.
Gordon flipped these to Eras and says, Zira's down. She's asleep. There's
What the
something going
fuck?
on. I don't
What's
know what to
wrong
do.
with her?
I don't know. We think it might be the Terrathron or whatever when they captured them.
She's asleep. Can you tell me what's going on? Can you give me more information?
He tells you everything.
Can I make a Legends and Lore check to try to see if I can figure out what's going on with them? Maybe?
So the Legends lore would be on anything that you've already encountered of them. Yet this is Legends of lore would be. It's not from a book or anything like that. It would be for you to remember it or something, whatever.
Right. Any kind of magic
Yeah.
that I've heard of like that, I don't know.
So go ahead and roll a Legends or not a Legends and lore, since it's coming from you.
Maris?
Yeah. Make a wisdom check to remember something. Trying to help you as a DM here. Not.
Oh, she made it! 5 under 15?
So the Terrathron and the Terrathrain coexist, one living on Prime, one living on Ethereal. You never saw the Terrathrain.
Right.
You never saw them. They told you they lived on the Prime.
Mm-hmm.
You never saw them. That's really all I can say. You never saw them.
I'm going to telepathy Brazil
Okay,
and ask her how she's feeling.
fine.
I'm doing okay.
She says, I can feel that. I don't know what to do. I could put you asleep, like, with, my way, that so that whatever it is doesn't take you. I can put you in a catatonic state. It might save your life, she says. If you can die. With that said, I need a constitution check from Zira.
Made it 3 under 22.
You're breathing okay, but you can tell she's struggling to breathe at this point. She's like,
You guys, we need to get home. If we can't figure
Strength
this
check.
out, we cannot figure this out. We need to get home. We can't just keep going downhill. She can't breathe.
I need a strength check.
I can bear. Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I just continued my sentence.
Gordon, he's like, getting out of here right now is not going to be, easy. Just picking her up, and I mean, we can try, but I'm just as worried as you are.
Brazil suggested putting me in a catatonic state. Doesn't sound like much.
He looks over at Zira, he's like, do it. And he looks at Razil, do it. Do it to her. Is there a chance she could die from that? And Razil nods like, yes.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, fuck. He told us, like, I wouldn't want to add anything else to her system. Gordon walks up to Zira and puts his hands on her, and you see this lightning come out of his hands from Miranda and him and start shocking her. Zira, you wake up. And
Fucking dramatic.
you take 12 hit points of damage from this lightning, and you feel something get blown out of your body, like from the electricity. You guys see this happen at the same time as she sees it. This Terrathron comes out of her body in this ethereal like form and into the room, onto the floor, like, and it's like, electricity's kind of rippling around it. I need everybody to make a initiative roll. And Lily, I need a strength check before you make your initiative roll.
exactly on.
You got a 19 or
18.
18? Okay, it's 1800, so you're fine.
It was a terrible roll. What the fuck? Oh, goodness.
Let me pull up the map real quick.
They were in us this whole time? Are you kidding me? What? Oh my goodness. They were inside of us.
They were inside of us.
There's still one inside of you.
All right. So here's the room. Right in front of you, Zira, like right here is where the Terratron is.
Bitch ass. Really? What all have I done since then? He's just been chilling inside of me? Just watching shit?
Ooh. Yeah, so let's go with initiatives.
I got 4.
8.
All right. So Tatalda goes first with a 9. And Gordon was actually right on top of Zira.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. She's gonna close in on it.
And I can't talk or anything because it's not my initiative. Fuck.
Hit. She hits it with her dagger. And it passes through it when she hits it.
Yup. These motherfuckers do.
She steps back. And she would say, use magic, use lightning, use something. That's on a 9, so 8.
I have an 8.
So does Cat. So break with Cat. 5.
5.
Simultaneous combat.
It's funny.
She is going to run this way, and then she disappears. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead, Lily.
Hold on. Can I have just 1 second?
You can.
Fucking fasters.
If a saving throw is made, they get half damage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they get full damage, which is d6 for each level of experience of a spellcaster. So it'd be 17. No, she's not using the rattle, so it'd be 15. No, actually, she would use the rattle in this hand and the.
So she pulls out her rattle and starts rattling
Yeah,
on the bed.
1 segment. Yeah.
Okay.
So on a 7, it looks like I can do this. Quick, let me finish reading it real quick. Directly on the creature and control.
So you're just casting lightning bolt, right?
Yeah,
Where are you casting it out of?
staff.
Okay. So you can cast it out of staff and use one segment to do your rattle to raise your level, and you point the staff and it'll go off on that next segment. On a 7. The Terrathron has a 7.
So I gotta break with him or no?
It got a 1 on the break, so I'm going to say your spell goes off before. You can roll as long as it's not a 1, you're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. 6.
Okay, yeah. Your lightning bolt will go off. So it's
She was
1d6
per level.
times your level, which is 17, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to cast it at it. A lightning bolt goes shooting out of Lily's hand. Give me just a second, or out of her staff. Okay. So roll damage.
You want me to roll this?
Yeah.
One. Do you want me to count?
Yeah,
and
just
add
count them all up. Add them
Okay.
all up. Yeah, it's a lot of
You wanna
damage.
do my pluses?
Huh? There'd be no pluses, just your, you
And
know.
then keep track.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to keep track for you?
Yeah, could you?
I got you.
1.
1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4.
It does not make its magic resistance or saving throw, so it takes full damage. Before, they just kept making their magic resistance when you were fighting them.
Yeah.
So he misses
You got the 2.
full damage.
Yeah. You just did 2.
6 2 4.
Hold on. Sorry.
Sorry, 6 2 4
Yeah, you good.
3.
Okay.
That's 10. 4.
Should have just rolled a bunch of 6s and added
Here.
them.
Hold on.
We need some 6s.
And then 1 more.
Okay. Go slow.
6.
Okay.
8.
Alright, so that would be 61.
61 damage.
You kill it. The lightning hits it and fries it, and all the spots that you saw before that were blue get bright, bright blue, and then it just explodes into pieces all over the floor and all over the wall and in the room. It's not fleshy, it's made of like rock almost. It's strange looking.
So it's like getting pelted with a bunch of little pebbles.
Yeah, well, it blows away from you guys and goes into the bathtub and in the direction that Cat went.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see Cat anywhere.
Cat? Are you okay?
So, Lily, you need a strength check?
I still have one of those things in me. She starts to say that. Right on.
I don't have any lightning.
Gordon starts walking up to you and looking at you calmly. He looks back at everybody else and he calmly walks up to you.
Does anybody else have lightning?
He says, come here and stand in front of me and prepare yourself. He reaches out and grabs you. You get shocked. 14 hit points of damage, lightning.
Okay.
And actually you can save for half.
Okay. spells.
Yeah, or magic resistance, one or the other, for half, and you could have too.
Is it versus spells?
Yeah, or magic resistance, one or the other,
Yes.
whichever's better.
I made it.
Okay, so you took half of that, 7. But
Oh, I missed both. Stupid. I missed my save and my magic resistance.
So, Lily, one comes out of you and lands on the floor over here with lightning kind of coming across it. And everybody's ready, so I'm going to give everybody a +1 on initiative. Except for you, Lily, because you got shocked.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. 12? Actually 13, if it's the +1. Yeah, because I get a 9 and then I get a +3 for my dex and then +1.
All right. Gordon will go first with a 15. I would assume.
Goodness.
Yeah,
He was ready.
evidently. Hmm. So he pulls back his bow and shoots at it. And when he does, the arrow itself, there's like another arrow in it, like a ghost arrow inside of it. And he fires, he hits with a natural 20. And it makes its magic resistance. So it has no effect. The normal arrow passes right through him, and the ghost-like arrow passes right through him and hits the wall. That's the first shot. Natural 20 always hits, but at this point, he can't be hit by that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, I have a question.
Jeez. It makes every one of its magic resistances. He hits it with 5 arrows, but they all miss. And it's quick. Really quick. Yeah, he's not going to do that next time. All right,
I don't.
10s.
Yeah, I have a 13, but like I don't have any lightning.
Yeah,
The flame of Near is fire, not lightning.
it is.
I don't have anything. Fuck. She would say out loud, "Don't let them touch you, and do not let him hit you with his fucking poison spray. It will knock you unconscious." Like, she would warn him.
She says that on a 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do. Oh.
Tatalda's a 10. Anybody? What's yours, Lily?
5.
What's yours? Yours was 13 and 5.
13,
13
yeah.
and 5. Okay. So, shit.
Wait a second.
Hey.
Wait a second. Can I try to grab him with my telekinesis wand?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
You
tried that
wanna try
last
it?
time. I can't remember. Yeah.
Okay. Spend a charge?
Yeah.
Okay. You did try that last time, I believe.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did it work?
But it misses its magic resistance. You grab it. You grab it. He's
I don't want to break the floor.
okay. You pick him off his feet. What do you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Pick him up.
Just pick him up. Shit. I don't want to break this hotel or this tavern. I broke the stone wall last time I threw somebody into a wall with that thing. You did. I'm just gonna hold him there.
Okay, you're just holding him up in the air. Awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
I'm on 5.
Yeah.
Is it
I
my
want to
turn?
continue to be able to stay here.
Yeah, it's your turn.
I will hit him with the staff again.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Okay, the last time you did it, it made an electrical clap sound, but you're not sure because there's sound downstairs, so you're not sure. Like you can hear people, you can hear glasses, and you're not sure. It might attract some attention. You don't know. You don't know, but I just thought I would mention it.
We did pay quite a bit of gold to stay here,
You did.
so hopefully that helps us.
And we'll give it more.
We'll give him more for sure, especially if he comes up here.
Oh,
Roll damage, Lily.
actually. Oh.
Alright, you.
Can I back up just half a second? Because I
Okay.
just realized something. I can use a silence cantrip
Okay.
because I don't need words. This is out of staff.
Okay.
So can I do that?
You can.
I actually have one prepared.
Okay.
Um,
It'll take one segment.
segment.
And what's the area effect for that silence?
It was a cantrip that was given to me already prepared from our old high priest or our
Oh yeah.
our
Oh yeah.
old
Okay.
healer, remember?
So you can silence the tip of the wand or the tip of the staff, or you can silence where it's going to hit. Both will make noise. You can do one or the other
Where it's gonna hit.
on him.
That's the loudest part.
So
right?
like around him,
Yeah.
right? All right. That takes one segment for that.
Okay.
So you'll go on a 3.
4. I was on a 5.
Okay.
That'll take me to 4.
All right. Roll damage.
You got me, Boo?
It still makes noise coming in and out of the staff, but it's just an electrical noise. The clap happens when it hits them.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Ares, you can roll this run. You do hear a huge lightning bolt clap through the wall, and you hear pebbles or what sound like pebbles or rocks hitting the wall.
She got a 9.
Okay. So she could do something if she wants to.
Okay, hold on. I'm sure.
Probably telepathy.
20.
Yeah. Yeah, she was left me and be like, "The fuck is going on? Are you guys okay? I'm about to come over there."
Oh my god, I've never seen somebody 6 weeks.
Terathron and the Terathrine, Gordon says. We've got it though. They're hurt by electricity, he says, by lightning.
38.
38 damage?
Not yet.
No, she's having me tally it up.
3 more. Orange one's mine.
No.
Oh no, it's not.
What's that?
Well, that's 5.
58?
No, hold on.
Plus 3 because he's
No.
63?
You kill it, it disintegrates or erupts into pieces and on the wall.
I will immediately begin a clean cantrip on the room starting at the door
Okay.
before the dust even settles.
All right.
That's 2 cantrips so far out of there. And another charge up this.
Ares, what the fuck? Why are the Terathrine here? What is going on? Did they come back for us?
Maybe they've been with us since we were in prison.
That's Ares, you feel me?
Yeah.
She's got no clue.
Sorry.
She got no clue.
Gordon will say evidently they've been in them for a while. Cat will appear over where she was. So, yeah. You took care of them. So, they die, and you guys start to feel different. You start to feel your intelligence and your wisdom and your dex and your strength come back to you. It's like it heals you when they die, and your stats go back to normal.
Now, Gorgane and Mal.
Yeah. That's going on with Gorgane and Mal right now.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Mal is at the Temple of Mira. Tuffy.
So I'm sure he'll be fine.
Gorgane is on the road with Myra going to get Myra's sister.
That may not be fine.
They don't have magic between the three of them. Any kind of magic.
Nothing really left themselves. Gorgane will probably figure out what's wrong with him fairly quick. He's really smart. However, he's also a berserker.
We're going to have to count on them being able to take care of themselves. We can't leave. We can't stop our mission. We're in here. We're steps away from discovering what we need to get in and get the order. So Gordon says. Tatala says, I tend to agree with Gordon. And Lily, I think Gorgane will figure it out.
He will.
The question is somebody going to be able to help him? Will they know that lightning works? Gordon's like, so I might be able to find a crow or a raven outside and get a message to them, but it will take some time.
You know, we also have our servants, our beacon servants. I wonder.
They don't work in
They
here.
will not work inside of the work. The necklace does not work in here.
Anything that we're gonna do like that.
I can tell you from experience. Razia,
She can't go that far.
If she gets more than a mile away from me, I won't be able to communicate with her.
yeah, I'm aware. What other options do we have?
Send a raven.
We'd have to go out and befriend one.
I can speak. Or no, it's Ares. Oops, just kidding. Ares could do it. But she's not in there. Forgot.
Doubt she could do it right now.
Yeah, right.
So they're filling Ares in on what's going on.
She would tell them then.
It's about 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11. So
She would tell
you
them.
got about 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, so we're getting close. Yeah, she would tell them once this is over, I could do that. I could talk with an animal.
The time is now, though. It's happening to them right now. We've got, if we're going to do something, we got to do it right now.
Gordon, can you cast Speak with Animal Scroll? Can you cast Druidic Scrolls? She'd ask Gordon.
He nods, yes.
I have one. I speak with animals and an animal friendship. If you'd like. If you need it.
Should I... I don't think it will get there quick enough.
Mm.
Take all night.
Yeah, it would.
It'd take forever to get there. We need to get him a message immediately, as quick as we can. Can Raziel plane shift or teleport or?
I'll ask her. Like, not that I'm aware of, but I can ask her. I'll ask her. Yeah.
Um,
I can plane shift.
You know what? More than likely, what's gonna end up happening with that is Gorgane's gonna figure out that there's something wrong, and they're gonna go back and go to the Temple of Mira. Right?
Hopefully.
Well, how much time has passed since we left? Because they left at the same time we did.
Did they
It's
teleport,
been-
or did they just go horseback?
So it's been almost 24 hours?
Yeah.
How did they travel, do you know? I didn't
I'm
think
not
to
sure.
ask. So we don't even know where they're at. Even if we could send a Brazil, you know what I mean?
And maybe they're not affected. Maybe it's only because you're at War Keep that's happening. You're in close proximity. I don't know. That's a possibility.
I think that they'll be okay. Right? No? And then if Mal figures out what's going on and he's in the Temple of Mira, you feel me? He's probably gonna realize he's smart. He'll know that there's something going on and he can get to it. Right? Much easier than we can.
Yeah. I believe it's gonna be a huge deal to get back. It's like,
Cat's like, is everyone okay now?
Yeah.
So
we're
those,
alright.
what you were talking about were those.
Yes. We're actually talking about our friends that were with us that we think might have the same problem that we just had. And trying to figure out how to communicate with them without leaving.
Who are you trying to communicate with?
Our friends Gorgane, you know.
What do you want me to tell them?
That Zira and Lily were possessed by the Terraphron.
They're okay now.
They're okay now, but Gorgane and Mal
Might be too.
Okay.
As well.
both might be
Okay.
possessed, and the way to kill them, get them out of you and kill them is with lightning.
Okay, I can tell them. Well, kinda. It's not me, but yeah. I got it taken care of.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's talented.
My papa.
Yeah. Who's your papa?
My papa.
Yeah.
Is it Randall?
No. No. No.
No.
No. My papa's pretty.
Yeah.
Yes. He's pretty.
What does he look like?
What?
Just curious. You're obviously telling your papa about some very personal information about us.
Yeah, you needed help.
Yeah. So I'm
But-
just curious who he is.
Really, I told him already about you, so.
Who is he? We just want to know. He knows about us.
He does. He does. That's why I'm here. To make sure that we're on the right team. That's what he said.
Can you tell us his name?
He doesn't want you to make friends with the dog people. Just with the cats.
The dog people.
Yeah. This is a battleground between dogs and cats. And rats. And dragons and all kinds of stuff here. But my papa does not want you to be friends with dogs, so he sent me to be friends with you. We like cats.
We still haven't. I still haven't told her that I know yet, right?
No.
No.
Nope. Anyway, I told him and he said he'd tell your friends.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
much better.
Me too. So, maybe now we can go check some shit out. No?
I thought we had to wait for your friend, she says.
We do. We do.
So, I'm hungry. I don't know about you guys, but maybe I should go downstairs and get us some food, have them bring us... Do you guys get free food?
That sounds
Gordon says, yes, they should be making us dinner. We didn't have anything last night, dinner and breakfast. So yeah, we should get dinner. I'll go with you, he says, and he smiles at her.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That you're gonna go?
Yeah. Somebody should go with her, but you can go.
Yeah, okay, whatever you want to do.
She's gonna bring food back up for all of us by herself.
Well, I'm sure the bartender will help. I don't know. We'll see. Or we could all go down there if you want to all go down there. We can just go downstairs and get something. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that.
The only problem is we have to leave Eris up here. Tola kind of yawns and she's like, well, I'll hang out here. Let Eris know that I'm staying here and you guys can grab a bite to eat or something. I'll just chill out.
You're not hungry?
I can nibble on some of the food that's in my bag. I'll be okay.
I can bring you something back up.
Okay, that sounds
Alright.
good. And that is where we're going to stop for this evening. It's been an awesome game. Awesome game. End of episode 7. That's
8.
7, something like that. Thank you guys so much for coming and listening to us. Episode 7, and hope you're enjoying yourself. We're having a blast. I'm having a good time. Getting a little more relaxed. And until next time, peace. Messages in and out of the keep are very difficult, but not for me. I will do the thing that is in balance, the thing that is needed to keep balance. Too much is out of balance. Yes, that is what I will do.
There's a gift inside your God's granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping